So we have seen the first design issue of physical layer, that is representation of raw bits into the digital signal and conversion of digital signal into the analog signal. Okay, so let us move to the next design issue of physical layer, that is transmission media. Okay, so we have already said that physical layer has to consider the design issue about what is the type of the medium that is being used in the network. So transmission medium is considered as one of the design issue, and it is important to know about the types of transmission media used in the network. Okay. So first we will see the definition of transmission media. So transmission media is nothing but something that carries the information from sender to receiver or from source to destination. Okay. So transmission media is something that carries the information from source to destination. So whatever we are saying, this something can be air or it can be some physical thing, that can be wires, right? So if we use the transmission media as air, then we will call the transmission media as wireless media. If you use the wires as the transmission media, then we can call the transmission media as wired medium. Okay. So when we have a wired medium, suppose the transmission media is some physical thing present between sender and receiver, then when the sender sends the signals, because of this physical boundaries present in the transmission medium, whenever the sender sends the signal, that signal will be properly guided into the transmission medium and guided properly through the wire present here, and it reaches the receiver. That's why this wired medium can be called as guided media, because it is properly guided or the signal is properly directed to the destination. Okay. So in case of wireless media, if it is air, then what happens whenever sender sends signals? The signals will be radiated in all directions, or the signals will be transmitted in all directions instead of directing properly through the transmission medium to the receiver. So in this case, that's why, because the signal is not guided properly, we can call this wireless medium as unguided medium. Okay. In the scope of our syllabus, unguided media is not present, so we will be discussing only guided media in the second unit. Okay. So guided media is classified as three types: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. So here in the guided media, signal is directed through the physical limits of the medium, as we already discussed. So let us see the three types of guided media one after the other. First is the twisted pair cable. The cable is made up of copper. As we all know that copper is a very good conductor of electricity. So we can pass electrical signals through it. Means the twisted pair can carry electrical signals. Okay. And there are two types of twisted pair cables. Those are STP and UTP. STP means shielded twisted pair. STP means shielded twisted pair cable, and UTP is unshielded twisted pair cable. Okay, so let us discuss about the shielded twisted pair. So first let us look at the construction of the shielded twisted pair. So the shielded twisted pair cable will appear like this. It will be having two twisted wire pairs. So here you can observe there are two wire pairs. These are twisted in the twisted manner, and you can observe there is a shield. You can observe there is a shield present for each individual pair of wires, and also there is a shield for both wires together. Okay. So the shield present for individual pair of wires is known as foil shield, and the shield present for both wires combinedly is known as braided shield. And after that, you will be having a outer jacket. This outer jacket is just for protecting the entire twisted pair cable from the physical damage. Okay, so this is the construction of the twisted pair cable, and you can observe this is the actual wire and there is some insulation present for each and every wire. Okay, so this insulation is for electrically isolating the two wires. So this insulation is for electrical isolation. Okay, so this is the construction of the twisted pair cable. Now, if you observe this STP cable, because of the presence of shield to each individual pair of wires, there won't be any problem of crosstalk between the two signals that is flowing here and here. So first let us see what is crosstalk. Crosstalk means there will be one signal moving here and there will be one signal moving here. Means this wire carries one signal, this wire carries one signal. So crosstalk means the signal that is being carried here picks up the signal from here. So how does it picks the signal from here? When the current is flowing through a wire, we know that the magnetic field will be developed in the circular loops. So here also, when the signal is flowing through this wire, the magnetic field will be developed in the circular loops. So this signal will picks up the magnetic field that is flowing in the circular loops here. So whenever this signal picks up this signal, then what will happen? The wrong information will be passed through this wire, and this problem is known as crosstalk. That should not happen, right? So in order to avoid this crosstalk, we can use the shielding here. So automatically this STP itself will protect the cable from the crosstalk. Means because it has shield, it will protect the twisted pair cable from crosstalk. Okay. And then you have one more shield for the two pairs of cables. For the pair of cables together, you have one more shield. So this shield will protect from any external noise. So crosstalk is nothing but the internal noise present here and any external noise like electromagnetic interference from outside, because in the environment there will be many electromagnetic signals being carried, right? So those electromagnetic signals can disturb these twisted pair wires. So in order to avoid that, we have the braided shield as well. Okay. So in this way, the STP will be more immune to noise, either from internal source or from external source. Okay. And in the twisted pair, you can observe there are two wires for carrying one signal. Why? Because one wire helps in carrying the signal and other wire will help in completion of the circuit. That is, it acts as the ground. Okay. So this is the construction of the shielded twisted pair cable. So one thing is important here is that because of the presence of two shields, both for individual pair of wires and for combinedly together, STP will be more immune to noise. Okay. So let us look at the points written here about the shielded twisted pair. It consists of two twisted wire pairs as we have seen in the construction, and it uses two shields, one for individual wire pair which is known as foil shield, and other for two wire pairs, that is for the combination, which is known as braided shield. Okay. And we have said that due to the presence of shield, we can say that it will provide better noise protection at the expense of cost. Because we are using shield, it is more expensive, but it is providing the protection from noise. We have already discussed about the internal noise, external noise that will occur. So from both internal and external noise, protection can be expected in shielded twisted pair cable. Okay. And it is used in token ring network. This is the application of STP. So STP will be used in token ring networks. Actually, token ring network is one kind of technology. Later, see this one. The STP declined due to the decline of token ring. Actually, this token ring technology has been declined now and it is not being used in any network. Because actually token ring technology uses STP, right? Because STP is much more costlier. After token ring technology, Ethernet came and Ethernet has dominated the token ring technology. So it has showed that installation is much more easier by using Ethernet technology rather than token ring. So in that way, in multiple parameters, Ethernet has shown its advantages and has dominated this token ring networks. So STP has also got declined with the decline of token ring networks. Okay. So now let us see about the unshielded twisted pair cable. So first let us look at the construction of the unshielded twisted pair cable. The unshielded twisted pair cable consists of four twisted wire pairs. So you can see the wire pairs are twisted. This is important point to note. The wire pairs are just not placed in parallel. They are twisted. So there are four twisted pairs of wires, and unlike STP, there is no shield present either for individual pair of wires, and there is no shield for the all wires together. And then you can observe there is some outer jacket present here, outer covering that protects the entire twisted pair cable from the physical damage. Okay, so here you can observe there is color coding for the all pairs of wires. This color coding is for cable termination. So when we are terminating the cable, it is important to find out the exact pair of wire. So that's why for the cable termination, this color coding is important. Okay. So here the color coding has been given for cable termination. Okay, this is for, so this color coding is for cable termination. And you can observe there is plastic insulation for each and every individual wire in order to have electrical isolation between every two wires. Okay, so here unlike STP, we have already said that there is no shield present for individual wires, individual pair of wires, as well as combinedly. So we can think that maybe this unshielded twisted pair is more affected by noise rather than STP. Because STP have shields, obviously it won't get affected by crosstalk and from noise and by noise from external sources much. But we may think that because there is no shield in UTP, we may think that it will be affected by noise both from internal source as well as external source. But it will be affected by noise very much less due to this physical nature. Here, instead of keeping the two wires in parallel, the wires have been twisted in this manner. So this kind of twisting nature will reduce the noise from both internal sources and external sources. So we will see why this twisting will help in reducing the noise. So if you place the two wires in parallel, suppose there is some external source of noise here giving some electromagnetic interference. Okay. So assume that because this external source of noise is nearer to this wire and it is far from this wire, assume this noise is affecting this wire. So here there will be signal and this noise will be affecting this wire. Because this wire is far, the noise won't affect the signal flowing here. And we know that the receiver always processes the potential difference between these two wires, right? So here, because the noise won't affect this wire, the output will be signal plus noise, means you will get noise at the output. The receiver will processes that noise as well. Okay, whereas if you do twisting in this manner, suppose there is external source of noise here, this external source of noise, now it will equally affect this wire as well as this wire because it is nearer to this external source of noise. Because of this, this will carry signal plus noise, this will also carry noise, means this will be affected by noise, this wire also will be affected by noise, because the receiver will processes the differences between this point and this point, means it will process the potential difference here. So it will take the output as signal plus noise minus noise. In this way, the effect of noise will be cancelled from external sources and original signal will be received. Okay. So in this way, we can avoid the noise from external sources by having the nature of twisted pair, means by twisting the pair of wires. Similarly, you can avoid the crosstalk also here by having this twisting nature. So we will see how you will avoid the crosstalk. See here, we have already said that See here what will happen is, when the signal is flowing here, it will generate some magnetic field around it, circular loops. Similarly, when the signal is flowing in another wire, it will also generate the circular loops magnetic field. So this signal will picks up the signal that is flowing here. Okay, so this is known as crosstalk. This definition we have already given, right? So in order to avoid this, when we do twisting, what will happen is, due to the twist present here, the magnetic field due to the signal flowing in this wire will be in opposite direction to the magnetic field because of the signal in this wire. Understood? So the magnetic field because of the signal in this wire will be in opposite direction to the magnetic field because of the signal in this wire. So the two magnetic fields will get cancel each other. So the radiation will be nullified. The radiation of the signal which is carried by this wire will be nullified. So in that way, this radiation won't affect any other signals that is going through the other wires. So in this way, we can eliminate the crosstalk as well as electromagnetic interference from the external sources. Okay, so this means in this we can't eliminate completely, but somehow with the help of twisting nature we can reduce them. And in order to reduce crosstalk still more, what we can do is we can make more number of twists per meter. Means we can have more number of twists. Suppose the twist is in this manner, we can make more number of twists like this. Okay, so this will reduce the crosstalk still more. And we have said UTP, STP will be used. STP was being used in token ring networks. Because of the decline of token ring networks, STP was also declined, and this UTP was made use by the Ethernet LANs. Okay, so because Ethernet dominated the token ring networks, Ethernet has used this UTP cable and has said that it is more cheaper to use Ethernet than token ring networks. Okay, so even though it eliminates, it does not have the problem of crosstalk and electromagnetic interference, but still we can say that it can't carry the data over longer distances. It is because, suppose when you have two parallel wires, what will happen? Because of the distance present between the parallel wires, the impedance won't change much if it carries the high frequency signals. But when you have the twisted pair of wires, because of very nearer distance between the two pairs of wires and because they are twisted at many points, there is a chance of change in the impedance when we pass the high frequency signals through it, and because of that it can't carry the high frequency signals over longer distances. Okay, so this is very, very important. So that's why we can say that twisted pair wires can give the lower data rates and the bandwidth of twisted pair wire will be very much less. So we can't transmit the signals through the twisted pair wire over longer distances. Okay, so that's why we have gone for the next type of cable, that is coaxial cable, which is a guided media. Okay, so let us see the construction of the coaxial cable first. This coaxial cable, like twisted pair cable, it is also made up of copper, and we all know that copper is a very good conductor of electricity, so we can pass the electrical signals through it. Okay, so if we look at the construction of the coaxial cable, it will be completely different from the twisted pair. See here, first there will be an inner conductor, and then it will be insulated by some plastic material, and then you will be having an outer conductor here, and then you will be having outer jacket. As we all know that outer jacket is for protecting the entire cable from the physical damage, and here you have inner conductor and outer conductor. So how you have in twisted pair wire, how you have two wires for carrying one signal, that is one acting as a wire that carries signal, other acting as a ground for the completion of circuit. Similarly, you have here inner conductor which carries the signal, and this is the outer conductor which acts as the ground, that is which acts for the completion of the circuit. And here you can observe, along with the use of completion of circuit, it will also serve one more purpose, like it will act as shield. So that we can say that coaxial cable does not suffer from any kind of noise. It is more immune to noise because there is a shield. Okay, because there is a shield present over the inner conductor. Okay, and we all know that in twisted pair wire, each and every individual wire is insulated by the plastic for electrical isolation between every two wires. Okay, for that purpose we have plastic insulation for this inner conductor also. Okay, so this is the construction of the coaxial cable. Here if you observe, this inner conductor has an axis like this, right? Has an axis like this. So if you observe, this axis is shared by all the other parts of the coaxial cable also. That is why we will call this type of cable as coaxial cable. Clear? Because every part of the coaxial cable will share the same geometric axis. That's why we are calling this kind of cable as coaxial cable. Okay. So in the twisted pair cable, what was the disadvantage? It can't carry the signals over longer distances. So we will see whether we can overcome that disadvantage here or not. Okay. So if you observe, where the twisting was there, due to this twisting the signal will get attenuated if it carry high frequency signals. But here if you observe, there is a constant spacing between inner conductor and outer conductor throughout. Throughout the cable, there will be a constant spacing, means same spacing between the inner conductor and outer conductor. That spacing won't change. Due to that spacing, it carries high frequency signals over longer distances also. So we can say it will help in communication. So let us look at these points. So we can say coaxial cable can carry high frequency signals. Okay. See, it is used for high frequency ranges. This is important, high frequency ranges, due to the construction difference from the twisted pair cable. And this construction consists of all these points we discussed already. Core, inner conductor, and this is insulation, and this is the outer conductor, and then there is a plastic covering as a outer jacket. Okay. And then we have said this also, outer conductor will give two purposes. One is as a shield and for the completion of the circuit. Okay. So see this one, all elements will share the same axis, hence it is called the coaxial cable. This also we have already discussed. And it carries high frequency radio signals due to the constant conductor spacing. That also we have discussed. And see here, actually we have two types of coaxial cable. One is 50 ohm coaxial cable and another one is 75 ohm coaxial cable. Whenever we want to transmit the high frequency signals, that is analog signal which will consume more power, in such applications we can use 50 ohm coaxial cable. Whenever we want to transmit low frequency signals which will consume less power, then 75 ohm coaxial cable can be used. Okay. So remember these two types of coaxial cables, and this is important, in which kind of transmission, which kind of coaxial cable will be used. Okay. And if we speak about the application of the coaxial cable, it is used in the cable television. All of you are aware of this. And twisted pair cable will be used in the